G'day viewers and welcome to this week's PB's Retro Restorations. First up, I'd like to give a warm welcome to any new viewers and a big welcome back to my long-suffering regular viewers. This week I'm doing this Corgi Toys number 236 Austin A60 motor school car that was manufactured between 1965 and 1968 and was an immensely popular model during those years. Corgi also made a left-hand drive version for those oddball places that choose to drive on the wrong side of the road. They are identified by model number 255, darker blue paint, and of course the steering wheel has been put on the wrong side. And before you all start yelling at the telly, it even says so in the 1965 catalogue, and I quote, have a look at this, in those countries where cars are driven on the wrong side of the road, 255 motor school car with left-hand drive is mystifyingly available. No refunds on 255, which I may or may not have made up. This one's been the victim of a kid paint at some stage of its life. Maybe they were trying to turn it into a New York City checker cab, I don't know. But it looks like the glass is okay under the paint and just needs a polish. The main issue is the steering wheel missing from the roof that turns the front wheels. Reproduction ones aren't made, so I'm going to have to try my hand at designing one in Tinkercad and 3D printing my own. But me gibbering about it doesn't get it done, so let's get crack-a-lackin', as they say at every decent driving school, probably, and get this show on the road. Got this A60 a while back at the Brisbane Diecast Fair for the princely sum of $2. I figured that was a bargain, as what was there underneath the paint was in pretty good shape, and apart from paint, the only other investment was going to be new tyres and what I now know to be an unobtainium steering knob. Here I am using my economy ultrasonic cleaner / electric toothbrush to get the glass insert as clean as I can before I try sanding and polishing the yellow bits of paint off. In this instance, I'm kicking off by wet sanding with a 3000 grit Tamiya sanding sponge, followed by grey ultrafine and green ultra mega fine plastic sheet sandpaper. I forget what grade they are. It's like infinity grit or something like that. This is then followed by applying Autosol aluminium polish with a cotton bud and then polishing with a cloth wheel on my rotary tool. When that's done, I give it a dip in floor polish, then set it aside inside a sealed plastic container on a paper towel bed and leave it to dry for a few days, or longer sometimes. Depends on how I feel. Okie dokie, so like I mentioned before, you cannot get replacements of the red wheel that turns the front wheels for this model. Well, I saw one that was cast in pewter, if you can believe it, but getting it to Australia is the usual $2 part, bazillion pounds in postage story, so I gave that a miss. Now, I suspect the reason a reproduction part isn't made is that for the hundreds of these things I've seen online in various states of disrepair, they nearly all still have this part in place, so there probably just isn't a market for them. But that doesn't help me, viewers, does it? No. So I turned to my two newest and most bestest friends in the entire cosmos, Tinkercad and my Anycubic 3D printer. I really feel like I'm getting the hang of using Tinkercad to design parts for 3D printing. I'm limited to what I can make using like relatively basic shapes like squares and tubes and that kind of thing, but that, you know, this part's an excellent candidate for that because it's pretty much what it is. I didn't have an original piece to get accurate dimensions off, so I had to compare images on the interwebs and make guesstimates on the size. And make no mistake, viewers, this took me a good hour or two to draw up, but it looks pretty good. But the proof is in the printing. This is the first print being test fitted, and I'm pleased to say it went in like it should. It was a touch tight, but it was okay. On a complete test assembly with all the parts, I found the hole underneath for the metal shaft was too small. I'd made no provision for the keyway on the end of the shaft, so I was back to Tinkercad for some adjustments, another print, another test fit, and we were good to go. I'm going all Martin Dare this week and using a brass hand brush here because I bought a couple of wheels for my Dremel, but they were stainless steel ones, and they're a little bit brutal on die cast. They do more harm than good, I suspect, but anyway. The cured resin part takes Tamiya grey primer no problem, and then it's some Tamiya red acrylic over the top. As usual, I've made my own replacement L-plate decals. I think I should have made some license plates as well for it, but I didn't this time, and oh well, there's always next time, right, viewers? Here are all our refurbished and 3D printed parts ready for reassembly. Whoop, 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 whoop. Seamless sound effects here at PB's. Alright, and just like that, hang on, no, I forgot to paint the taillights. Give us a second. I'll be right back. Okay, now, just like that, as if by magic, we are done. Alright, we, and by we I mean I, started out with this $2 die-cast fare, possibly meant to be a checker cab converted Austin A60 motor school car, with inch-thick paint, buggered tyres, and missing steering knob duver. And now, by combining the magic of me, 3D printing and some other stuff, this is what we're left with now. Ta-da! Now looking and operating as it should, with new paint, homemade decals, PB designed steering wheel duver, it's ready to live a second life. I'm well chuffed with this one, viewers. I think the chrome on the front at the grille could be a little bit better, and I probably should have done that license plate frame on the back in silver at least, but there you go. Thanks for taking the time out of your day to watch my video. I really appreciate it. If you've liked this one and would like to watch some more, try one of these links that have appeared on your screen. If you've decided that the PB life is the way of life for you and you'd like to subscribe, that'd be awesome. Just click on my bald nut in the middle of your screen. Be sure to click the bell for alerts, and you too can be swept away to a world of PB magic every time a new video drops. Have a great day wherever you are in the universe, and I will see you next time. Bye!